You know what they say. Something's got to give. It's a coach. This is.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. No two NFL teams have played more often than the Bears and Packers, and we're underway from Lambeau. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won. And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game. Surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here. And I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
319. 319.
Now from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Blue 58. Blue 58 on it.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Okay, baby, I see you.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation there. The defense won the battle.
319. Blue 58 on it.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. A dump underneath to Jones. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3-and-out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. This is fielded inside the 5. Powerful running. A good return there, 17 yards, and the Bears take over. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. Leading them out at QB is the former North Carolina Tar Heel, Mitchell Trubisky.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
It was good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
3 down, 3 down.
On first down, Trubisky. Henry's got it out on the left side. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The numbers for Hunter Henry from a week ago. 3 catches, 51 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Trubisky. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Let's go,
so
let's go.
2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Tight end right. Three down, three down.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley.
Run it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's going to rifle one deep left. It's caught inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
Now a play fake here on first down. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Christian Kirk with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down. And make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
On second down, it's Jones. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
4 down, 4 down.
319.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
The good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. They were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Good move at the 30.
SOS.
And look at him go. And all the way down to the 37. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 43 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go with Barkley on first down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
On second down, here's Trubisky. They'll roll him out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sideline. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Blue 58.
3 down.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
319.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
That's fine.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Tight end to the left. Tight end left.
319.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10.
Just watch 88 over there. Just watch 88.
The left side throw complete to Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Green 18.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Strong right, strong right, strong right.
Green 19. Green 18.
They'll run now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's Rodgers to throw. On the left side, that's caught by Moore. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. First target, first catch, and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good edge scheme down.
Rodgers going to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Blitz, blitz, blitz.
Yeah, that's it. Way to get behind them pads and run. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. Huddle up, baby.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough task here, though. 3rd and long. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's on to punt for Green Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Here's Trubisky to throw. He'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, 37's the mic.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Watch tight. Tight end right. Tight end right.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touch. Touchdown of this first half, a second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
4 down, 4 down.
Second and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
On third down, Trubisky. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. 4th down. Here's Trubisky. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Chicago! As his guys are in for 6, and the Bears will add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, they almost have the field and imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Right there. He's sneaky. Check that guy.
On first down, Rodgers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Woo, woo. Yeah, baby.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Tight ends left. Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
319.
They'll give to Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs.
It's our field.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That's how we do it.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll power his way up near the 25. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
47.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
On 1st down, Trubisky. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's Clay Matthews with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Hey, let's go.
First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field.
Has that happened to you before?
I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Four down. Alert.
58.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man miss, but that window closed quickly. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers, and that is incomplete.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on them all game long.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 34 yards there and a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own. Oftentimes, you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On second down, Trubisky into a double team, and it's intercepted.
You see me out here?
It's Clay Matthews with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 34.
319!
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
59's Mike. 59's Mike.
The give is to Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Again, it's Jones. And a short gain down to about the 33.
17,
a 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
319!
Jones. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down.
319! 319's an honor!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Now Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Crash down, crash.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Single risk.
319! 58's an honor!
Now Rodgers got to have this one. That's to his running back, complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game.
They begin with a run by Barkley. Space to maneuver at the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Tight end's right.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Three down.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Check.
Right back to him on first down. And this will be taken across midfield.
You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeout? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
We got 3.
Now it's Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Nice. To get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Heavy. Watch the backfield.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Now he's flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Hey, gotta go.
You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
That good for 22 and a first down. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
Hey, guys.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
Okay, we got 4.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Now Trubisky.
Blitz, they're coming.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
I'm going to score.
3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bears will extend their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels...
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Trubisky will throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bears will add on to their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
4 down.
No. 319.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there of 22.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Rodgers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
319.
They'll run it out of the gun. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard.
That's fine.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Blue 58.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. The dump underneath to Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
4 down.
Rodgers again now. This is caught. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Single.
Blue 58.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down.
Let's go. Come on.
Sack back around the 8. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Charges the throw on second down. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Check 52.
Jamon Moore, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers get a score closer.
Watch Mike.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the family.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Tavecchio good on the extra point. Checking in on Houston, it's in the fourth quarter there, and the Falcons have wound up winning that football game. Matt Ryan, 2 touchdown passes in the W. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Come on, gotta go, gotta go.
Now it's Trubisky looking deep downfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he is all the way up past the 25. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Blue 58!
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
319!
Rodgers now on 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Eddie Jackson picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Watch tight end. Tight right, tight right.
A first down carry for Barkley. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Double tight. 3 down.
Hey, alert, 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 alert!
Check. 3 down.
Handoff to Barkley. And an alley to run. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. The Bears on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5.
Sit up. 180.
47. Check. 47.
Lock in.
Now Saquon Barkley fights him off. A beautiful fake. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Chicago, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, the loss drops them
Now, let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.